In the last episode, having lost Malba to unforeseen circumstances, the Everwatch Rangers found themselves down a member and between jobs. Before he left, however, Malba had assured them that he had recommended a replacement. That replacement arrived in the form of a beautiful, noble girl with flowing blonde hair that struck the young Fitzgerald as a bit of a stuck-up loser. While waiting for Thanar to finish with his picnic luncheon, Fitz's opinion began to change as he learned that the girl was a fellow student of the arcane. They hit it off quite nicely after that, and after Thanar made his appearance, they realized that not all was as it seemed. It turns out that the lovely Kyra was actually Cyran, a human male. And that is where we left off with that grand revelation that Flame's character was in fact a duder.
I apologize.
You are all... We have two options for how we begin this evening. Either we pick up immediately where we left off, or we pick up the next morning. Where we left off specifically was that Cyran had dropped the disguised self.
I remember, yeah.
And you all were in the midst of reacting.
I'm all right picking up there.
Yeah, I feel like we would have to pick up there because we wouldn't be able to easily leave that situation.
All right. Let's be awkward then.
Can we get a off the title screen?
Hands?
Yeah.
Yes. Let me drop you onto the place where we are.
Boop. I like that hallway, though.
Never mind. I'm streaming. I can't say that. It rhymes with hallway, though.
So, you all are sitting around the table. I believe that Thanar has a mug of ale that is thick. I believe the term is thick as hog spit.
How many C's?
You know what? Not as many as you'd think. I believe that both Fitz and Cyran have a glass of wine, sort of house wine. And Thanar, you have the newly mailed Cyran's hand in your massive paw.
I was gonna say, am I biting it?
I don't know, man. Explore the space.
He's about to, man. Thanar just instantly throws this dude's hand down and I grab my mace from where I had left it on the table, and he's just gonna stand up and yell, "Who are you?
Whoa.
What have you done?"
Whoa. Calm down.
I have it over my head. I'm about to smash this person.
Okay.
This induces a mighty reaction. Essentially, you're jumping up from your chair and raising your maul over your head has induced a shockwave throughout the tavern, and people have leapt away from this central point and are gripping their mugs because they're not going to leave their beer behind. But you have the floor.
Whoa! I'm your replacement.
Who are you?
Guys, I'm friend. I'm a friend. I just wanted to play a little practical joke. But yeah, I'm Cyran. I'm actually your replacement, not Kyra. I'm sorry.
Fitz is sitting here, hand half extended, and he's just blinking.
Can we put down the weapons?
Why did you lie to us? How can we trust you or who you say you are?
I wanted to play a little joke and to show my value. I can in person look like anyone I want to.
I think that knowing the situation, Malbal ran off to defend. that you would know that jokes aren't funny in times like these.
This is when Nilsa approaches the table with a pitcher and looks at Fitz and says, "More wine?"
Fitz doesn't respond.
Please get us around.
Okay, and she leaves.
The mention of a round makes Thanar lower his mace because he's still intoxicated. He'll start to lower it. He's still not happy at all, but
I'll answer any questions you guys have. Just please put down the weapons.
you better get talking. Thanar
What do you
lowers
want me to
his mace.
say? I'm the replacement. I've worked with Malba in the past.
How do we know this is true?
Do I have like some kind of insignia thing that proves anything?
I mean, yeah, you would probably have some form of a badge of identification that you work for Helm's Hold.
Fitz will say, Thanar, I believe her. Oh, fuck.
I mean, they did tell you the person who was visiting was Cyran, and you kind of just accepted that Kyra was close enough. That's not my fault.
You realize that actually sounds about right.
Yeah. Thanos realizes he was drunk.
I mean, you want to see other disguises that I have? Like, what do you want me to do right now?
Why did our Priot not tell us of your treachery? Thanar shakes his head and says,
It's not treachery, Thanar. It's just a lack of
duplicity?
social understanding and the fragile hearts of gnomes.
I love now Fitz is having his own existential crisis right now. It's like Fitz is seeing the entire world in black and white. Who can say where the rainbow goes?
Oh, I feel awful now. I thought this, like, Fitz would find it a little funny, and I didn't know what Thanar would think, but I genuinely thought this was going to go over well.
Is that in or out of character?
Out of character.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So I just feel awful right now. Like, I don't know.
Thanar will sit back down, and he's a little confused why this happened. He's a little drunk at why this happened. I mean, just overall.
Is your mug empty?
I don't think it was at this point.
Okay. Nilsa will return and will refill Fitz and Cyran's glass. Thanar, you notice that she has a mug of ale, and she leaves still holding it. And goes back into the kitchen.
I think Thanar's appetite for drinking is gone.
Fitz's hands are like in fists, like at his side. He's like clenching them. He's staring directly at the table in front of him, and he hasn't looked up throughout any of it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I really thought this was gonna go better.
Says you awkwardly sit there staring at the middle of the table, perhaps nibbling on some of the bread. Eventually, Nilsa will return with a cup of coffee and a pitcher of water, and just set both on the table in front of Thanar. And then leave.
Thanar's definitely gonna try and drink some coffee to quicken the sobering.
Does that work?
No, not at all. He's gonna do it anyway.
I was like, I've never heard of that in my life.
Oh, it's actually, to the best of my knowledge, it's actually a really bad idea because alcohol dehydrates you. And I'm pretty sure coffee do too.
Coffee do too.
Just drink water, forehead.
Fitz
Once we have
is-
the word of our Priot that you're who you claim you are. we can begin traveling.
I mean, let's go find a Breve now, I guess.
Fitz is gonna look up and he's gonna look at Cyran and he's gonna say, Who do you think we are?
Are you guys in disguise too? Is this a
I'm
big
not
joke?
my father! And then he gets up and he starts walking away.
Oh. What does that mean?
Oh no.
Oh, I opened up something I shouldn't have.
Oh, stars. That's beautiful. Dying.
I had this planned from last week.
Oh, you're so good. That's the best thing ever.
He has family troubles.
You don't know this.
I mean,
I know who
yeah, I can tell based on what he just said.
Well, oh, never mind.
Let's find the Priot. Then I'm
Okay.
just gonna get up and walk out. Where is the Priot? I have no idea.
No,
I'll pay
you
for all
don't.
the drinks.
Let me
Okay.
see. What time did we say it was last session? I believe it was later in the evening.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I think I'm gonna go to the. What are we? Are we in Stonehill Inn or are we in the Sleeping Giant?
you are
Stonehill.
in Stonehill Inn presently.
Okay, I thought we were in the Sleeping Giant for some reason.
Thanar
So I
wouldn't
guess
know
I won't
this.
walk out.
Yeah, no.
I'll
Thanar,
walk upstairs because he was up. I remember seeing him on the staircase.
were you here for that? Because I know that.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. So I know that Fitz and Cyran were.
Okay.
I don't think
Instead
you
of walking out, I'll just stand up and begin to walk out.
Okay.
I'll quickly go up to the counter and pay for the drinks. That's the least I can do.
Yeah. That'll be. Let's just say a gold.
Okay.
That's probably
I'll leave them 2 gold just because the whole commotion and everything.
okay. I really need to figure out exactly what the cost of everything is, because I think it's supposed to be mostly silver, but for everyone's stuff, let's say a gold. All right, so you let Thanar walk out?
Wait, so I knew a Breve would be upstairs,
Upstairs.
right?
You saw, so while you and Fitz were having your thing, you saw a Breve come down, get an extra blanket, and then go back up to his room.
Okay. Well, Thanar already walked out of the building, right?
No,
while
I'm
I
in
was
the
paying.
process. I think.
By the
I mean,
time
I had to go pay.
by the time you pay and all of that, yeah, he's outside.
Okay. I'm waiting outside, skulking at the front door.
You're just
I
standing at
would-
the front door, looking at the middle distance mad.
Yes.
I would go and get a Breve out of his room or find ever which room he's in.
So, Thanar, I need to check on something real quick with you. There's no delicate way of saying this, even though we are on stream. Hello, chat. Did you just dine and dash on Lineen?
Yeah, we accepted that. She had fallen asleep, remember?
Yeah. Okay, so you're not going back.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I had
God.
Fitz things to deal with.
I feel as though I've learned something about Thanar. Okay.
You should.
Alrighty then. Well, you're standing outside. Fitz, you've gone back to your room.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that leaves
So I don't know what room a Breve is in, right?
No, but you could ask.
I think it would be more fun if I just started going upstairs and knocking on doors saying, "A Breve, are you in here?"
Okay, is
And
that
just
what
hope
is
I'd-
is that what Cyran would do? He wouldn't ask
Yes.
Toblin.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go upstairs and you knock on the first door.
Yes.
Uh,
A Breve, is this you? Is this your room?
the door opens, and it is a man wearing only a towel. He is uncomfortably large. He says, "You're not my clothes," and he closes the door in your face.
Oh, sorry. And go to the next door.
Okay. You hear the voice of a woman say, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Apologies.
Mhm.
I'm just looking for a friend. But you don't care. Okay, next door.
Fitz, you hear a knock on your door.
Oh no.
Who is it?
Is a brief? I don't think this is a brief.
You hear muffled sobs upon
Oh.
hearing your voice.
Oh no.
Would I hear the sobs?
Roll,
Are they that
roll
audible?
perception, and Fitz roll stealth.
Is Fitz trying to cry quietly?
Uh-oh.
Not-
Oh.
Not. Where is it?
Okay. Yeah. Just like you hear what might be sobs, or it might just be some. It's probably tears.
Is everything all right in there? I hear crying.
Go away!
Oh, okay.
Oh, gee
Go to the
whirlikers.
next door.
Okay, so you knock on the next door. Nothing.
How many doors are there?
Oh, as many as I think there should be.
At the time, he's like, I don't want to have to talk to someone to figure out which door it was, and now he's learning this was a bad idea.
Uh-huh.
Next door, please.
Nobody's there.
Oh God, how? I just keep going.
Okay. At the next door, you hear, "Yes, who is it?"
Oh, Abrief, thank God it's you. I've been knocking on every door looking for you.
The door opens and you see him. He's in a very nice plush red sort of smoking jacket with a bit of a cravat coming out of the top. He says, "Oh, so you decided to show your real face?
It went really wrong.
You do not say. What a surprise."
I need your help.
Oh,
Otherwise-
yes, I believe you very
Otherwise,
much
They
do.
don't believe me at all.
I can't imagine why that might be. So, let me see if I get this straight. You decided that it would be a good idea to meet your new team wearing a different face.
Yes.
And it did not go well for you.
Yes.
Okay. So it sounds to me like a bed that you have made. And it is getting very late. So you should sleep in it. And I will see you tomorrow. And he closes the
Oh
door.
no, don't do this to me.
Oh!
Oh my God!
Okay. Plan C. I go down to the front desk saying, "Excuse me, do you have a room for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have it?"
So you hit so you go down and you're talking to the man behind the counter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll look up and he'll say, you are with you're with Abrief Hadam's party, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I believe that he has you in one of Malba's old rooms. Here you go, and he'll hand you your key.
Wait,
He'll say
Malva
it's-
had more than one room.
And he'll say, it is the one next to Mr. Fizzlebang.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Not at all. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know.
I don't think you can fix my problems right now, but thank you.
I have no idea what you mean. But have a good evening.
You too.
Let's check on Thanar. Thanar, where are you? Have you just stayed? So this has probably taken like 10 minutes or so. So have you just sort of brood
waited for,
outside
like-
this whole time?
You waited for like 1 minute at most.
Okay.
Where would he go? Thanar's going back to Lineen's.
Okay, well. And,
Yeah, no, just for shits and giggles, that's where he's going.
okay. All right, so you go to Lineen's, and you get there. And do you knock? Did you
do
lock the
knock.
door when you left?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so
Why do you have her house key?
We don't know.
okay, so
I locked it and climbed out the window, alright?
well, no, you can. Okay, no, that makes sense. All right, so
Can he fit through the window?
you lock the door from the inside and then close the door. Like you've used doors before.
Okay. It's not a deadbolt. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
right,
it
right.
would be a deadbolt.
Technically speaking, that's not how doors would work in this setting. Hold on. Doesn't matter. We'll say that you locked it on your way out. You do not have a key. You would have to knock to let yourself in.
Okay.
So
Knock.
you knock, and a minute passes, and then another minute passes.
Oh yeah, no, Thanos not here after a minute. He's like, well, she's not home, and then he's gonna go back to the inn and go to his room.
As you walk off, the door opens just a little bit, and you hear, "Where did you go?"
Thanos will turn around, surprised that anyone was home.
Lineen is standing there, as I described previously, a mountain of a woman, and she is wearing a bathrobe and slippers, and that's it.
Do you remember that little man you said didn't need any help? He most certainly needed help.
Oh boy. Completely out of character. You really gave me a lot to work with there, and I can't work with it on this family stream.
It's not a family
It's not a
stream.
family
We
stream.
play Jackbox and shit gets nasty.
Yeah, it's
Here,
not
I'll go
a
say
family
bad
stream,
things in his chat.
Nope.
Okay, so
Don't censor yourself for the stream.
she says, "What? Fitzgerald needed help."
He was enchanted, by the looks of it.
What the?
Enchanted? What?
Not
What, by the-
not in the magical sense.
Oh, he fell for the girl, huh?
Thanos. Do air quotes exist?
Yes.
Thanos
Make them up right now. Create them.
Thanos just created air quotes.
Air quotes are as old as language. It's like they were invented as a package deal with sarcasm.
Okay, Thanos air quotes girl.
She looks at you quizzically and then will say, "Are you going to come back in?"
Are you going to let me?
Why wouldn't I?
Because I left.
You're back.
Boy, you are fucking dumb. Oh my god, this hurts.
Thanos nods.
She opens the door, and like you're down like on the road outside of her house, just sort of talking at her. You're not on the porch, as it were.
I'm like here.
Yeah. She will open the door all the way, look both ways, clutch her robe, come down, grab your hand, and pull you back into the house.
Okay.
And scene. Back to Cyran.
Okay.
And Face, you may do with that whatever you will. I don't care. If you make coffee and have a long discussion about boundaries, that's also a thing that could happen. Cyran.
Hello.
What have you done?
Hid in my room. God, just the fight or flight.
Yeah.
I'm in a different country at this point.
Okay. You get to your
You're
room.
sharing a wall, right?
You get to your room, and all of your bags are already there.
Oh, convenient.
Yeah, they were on the wagon that Abriv Hadam had brought with him, and he had them brought to your room. You begin unpacking, and as you get close to the wall that you share with Fitzgerald, you can still hear the sobbing occasionally. You hear a long and then silence for a little while, and then you hear and then silence for a while, and then you hear someone blow their nose, and then it sort of repeats on a loop for a while.
Oh no, I feel awful.
Good. And that's just sort of how I think the evening passes. And the sun goes down, and then it comes back up like it does. And it is the bright morning. Fitz, did you sleep well last night?
No.
Okay. You didn't cry yourself exhausted?
Oh, that's 1000% what happened. But it happened very, very late.
you
And
wait.
Fitz never changed out of his clothes, so he was still in his clothes when he went to bed.
Okay, so you wake up, your clothes are wrinkled, and you're a bit dehydrated from crying. Cyran, did you also sleep fitfully?
I did not sleep well at all.
Okay.
My mind just was racing the entire night, and I just couldn't fall asleep.
Thanar, where do you wake up?
I assumed there.
On the town green.
You get to decide where you woke up.
Oh. Yeah, no, he woke up there.
Okay.
Fortunately, I wanted it to be the town green, but
You
woke
listen,
up there.
man. That's perfectly acceptable. But all right, so you wake up at Linings. Do you eventually make your way to the Stonehill Inn?
yeah, I'll ask her if she wants to with me.
Ooh, okay,
Oh, making an effort the second day.
okay, all right.
Do you really
so,
like her?
She made an effort the first, so
So she will. Do you let her know that you? Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, no. She will go with you. So you both get dressed. She's probably made a habit of going there in the mornings, kind of anyway. But this will be a little bit later than normal. And she walks in her normal work clothes. She's going to work at the Lion Shield Coster after this. So sort of leather breeches, a white shirt, and a leather vest. And you two walk in together. Do you hold the door for her?
Now I'll just do the normal thing, where you walk in, hold it open behind you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Like
step
you
out of
push
the way.
you push it back real back so she
Yeah.
can't won't hit her.
Okay. So you walk in and you get a table. I'm going to say that you probably got there before Cyran and Fitz.
Yeah, likely.
Yep. So, Cyran, Fitz, you come downstairs.
Oh, Fitz hasn't left his room yet.
Oh, okay. So, Cyran, do you come downstairs?
I'll eventually. My stomach will force me to come downstairs.
Okay. So you go down and you see Thanar is sitting there.
Does he notice me?
Are you hiding?
I'm. Once I see him, I'll make sure my footsteps are quiet, but I'm not gonna hide out of view.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Like, I feel like it'd just be better if he
Thanar
doesn't realize
intentionally
I'm
sat facing the staircase, but he's also
Fuck.
distracted by lightning.
Okay. Roll perception with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
You're watching the stairs, but Lynene is talking about some new shipment of weapons that she's getting in sometime probably next week. And she's talking about this new broadsword that she's going to have for sale. And that distracts you just long enough for Cyran to get down to the counter without you seeing.
Do I notice him once he sits down?
I'm going to say
I'm going to sit at the farthest table away from you.
no,
So-
you don't. He just sort of blends into the crowd and hides.
Okay.
And I have my hood up and everything.
Oh, yeah. You probably will eventually, considering how close your perception is to his stealth, but for now, no. What you do see, Thanar, is Abriv Hadam come downstairs, and he is dressed in a more casual than he was, sort of trousers and an off-white shirt, and then he has his stole on, which is like the scarf, like a Catholic scarf, and it's got the symbol of Helm on one of the draped arms of it, and then on the other it has the mark of his station as a priot there. And he comes down and he sees you, Thanar. He sees you with the girl.
And I'm gonna wave him over because like you said, I see him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wave him over.
And he'll hold up a finger to you, just like, hold on. And he looks around the
Okay, I'll
room.
Just nod.
And he counts 2, and then he kind of glances up over his shoulder, shrugs, and walks over to you. Good morning, Thanar.
Good morning, Abriv. This is Lynene. Lynene, Abriv.
And Lynene will say, charmed, I'm sure. And he'll say, it's a pleasure to meet you this morning. So, how did last night go?
That's such a loaded question. Holy shit.
Thanar's just gonna shake his.
Does he
Who
blush?
did you bring with you?
Okay, hold on. Wait. No. You don't get to
Oh,
gloss
no.
over this.
Thanar. Oh, I thought that's what he was mentioning. That's like directly what I thought he was talking about.
He asked a question.
No, I thought he was talking about how did meeting what's her name go?
That is.
Oh, sorry, not Kyra.
So here's what he thinks he asks is, how did meeting Cyran go? What he
Okay.
asked was, how did last night go?
Okay. What I thought he asked was, how did meeting Cyran go?
Okay, so Thanar is like right on business. Gotcha. Lynene does blush.
Thanar doesn't notice.
Of course he doesn't.
He's oblivious.
Big dumb idiot.
Who did you bring with you yesterday?
He chuckles, just a little under his breath, like maybe he might even like raise a hand and chuckle into the back of his wrist or something. And he's just like, that is your new teammate. What do you think of him?
Him? Her? It? Which one is it?
Cyran is, to the best of my knowledge, a male. Quite a powerful spellcaster, if I do say so myself. And a bit of a strange bird. And with this, he turns and looks pointedly at Cyran.
And now,
I avoid eye
Thanar.
contact.
And this is Thanar turns around and follows his gaze.
Yep.
And he looks at Lynene and throws up the air quotes and throws his head in Cyran's direction.
And she'll look over and see this crouched sketchy hooded figure. And turn back to you and just like take a pointedly long drink of coffee. But anyway, so this should be interesting. I know that the grouping of you and Fitzgerald and Malba was a useful group, quite beneficial to the hold as a whole, but to be honest with you, this is a strange start to get off on.
You could say that again. Have you seen Fitz?
I have the feeling that he has not come down this morning. I should probably, well, it is none of my business, but before noon, I would very much like to speak with the three of you. It would appear that matters are far more complicated than I thought initially.
Well, I'll go get him now. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Oh, I am certainly not going to interrupt your breakfast. This is business, and we should conduct business in a business-like manner. So, enjoy your breakfast, and I will see you at the Town Master's Hall in, and he looks out the window, an hour, I think? 2 hours. Make it 2 hours.
Thanar will nod. Thank you.
Most certainly. I will be taking my breakfast in my room. Enjoy your morning. And he walks over to Cyran's table. And he looks down at Cyran. And he pats you on the shoulder twice, perhaps a bit harder than is necessary. And then he goes up to the counter and waits for his breakfast, which he will then take up to his room and eat there.
So over the course of breakfast, Thanar is going to tell Lynene that they're leaving for Waterdeep in like the next day. How does she receive this news?
That's an interesting question, and one I've sort of been mulling over for a little while here. So a lot of it depended on your actions up to that point. And you going back has sort of softened the blow. If you had just dipped, it would have been unfortunate. As it is, she'll probably say something to the effect of, well, I suppose that's how it is with adventurers, huh? And she's not upset. She's not mad, I don't think. She's sort of looking at her kind of empty plate, scraping food around on it, and saying, it wouldn't be fair of me to try to tie you down. I enjoyed the time we had.
As did I.
I hope you mean that. Well, and she'll like wipe her mouth and put her napkin down on the table. I gotta get to work, I guess. I'll be in town if you want to keep in touch or not or whatever. And she'll extend a hand and say, see you around, I guess.
Thanar he'll stand up and he'll take her hand and he'll give her a kiss on the cheek as she goes. Just as a nice little one.
She blushes and then she'll leave.
And then Thanar is just he'll wait around for a little while. He's waiting to see where Cyran goes.
How much daggers is he glaring at Cyran?
He's giving him so many daggers from the back of his head. He's not looking at even an inch in Cyran's direction, but oh man, can he feel it.
So
Do I feel it?
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
Do I feel it?
Roll Thanar, roll an attack roll. Just roll a d20, add your strength modifier.
Okay. Oh, I can't type.
Yeah. No, you feel it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
When
you
I'm
feel
done
it.
eating,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Jesus.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do you pay for your breakfast?
Yes.
Okay.
The ultimate dine and ditch spell. Wow.
Okay, so I imagine it's like you cast invisibility, and then your chair pushes away from the table. Like the money, probably a couple of silver, like appear on the table, and then you're gone.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Okay.
I just go out the front door. The front door swings open.
Oh yeah, it's
and
like
then it closes.
imperceptible forces cause the front door to swing open. Ooh.
A
Where-
little while later, Thanar will just turn around and he'll notice this Cyran's nowhere. He was paying attention, man, but he did not notice anyone leave.
Oh no. If you were glaring at him, you probably saw him disappear.
I wasn't glaring. I wasn't looking at him. I
You
was
just had
facing
the
him.
general presence
Okay,
of knives
okay.
at me, but not physically looking.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right. Thanar, when you notice
So
that
when I
Cyran is gone.
notice- Damn mages. I'm gonna walk upstairs.
I am a
And-
warlock, actually. I'll have you know.
He doesn't know that yet.
I know.
I'm gonna walk upstairs and knock on Fitz's door.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Oh, who is it?
It's Thanar.
What do you want?
Are you alright?
I'm fine. What do you want?
Is the door unlocked?
No.
Thanar's gonna just try the handle anyway.
Chicka,
I
chicka,
said,
chicka,
what
chicka,
do you
chicka.
want, Thanar?
We have a meeting with a Breve in an amount of time soon to be specified.
Fair.
You'll hear shuffling, and then the door will unlock, and it will swing open, and looking down, you will see a very drowsy and very rough-looking Fitz.
Yeah, this is probably the most disheveled you've seen him.
Wait,
Is he wearing his hat?
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I don't think I had it on last.
You had
Where's
it
your
on. The question is, did you take it off when you
I
came in?
think it when he's it's pretty. It's how tall is it?
It
It's
probably.
like 3 feet.
Oh yeah,
tall.
2 or 3 feet tall.
It's probably on his bed, but he probably slept at least partially inside it.
Yeah, just his head stuck in it. The brim pulled down around him like a security blanket.
Yeah, no, totally.
Okay.
He
He
does not have it on right now, but it's on his bed. You can see it.
he cocooned himself in his magic hat. And you see it on the bed, and it's a little wrinkled, and he looks rough.
This about Cyran. Thanar just looks pissed.
Well, no.
Thanar doesn't know what's quite happened. He's just pissed at Cyran, and Fitz being upset, it just pisses Thanar off. Just because he needs a reason to get mad at Cyran.
I should mention something I forgot to earlier. As you were eating breakfast, and Cyran will notice this, Thanar will notice this. The one side of the tavern, of the inn, is has a lot more people in it than usual, and most of them you haven't seen before.
Oh, it's the dwarves.
So
Do I recognize any of them?
no, you've not seen them before.
Okay.
Would I have recognized them?
Yes, you would actually.
Okay.
They were in my traveling party, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
you
I
recognize
thought
them
you were.
as merchants and caravan guards.
Anyway, is this about Cyran?
No.
Tana's just gonna shake his head. We'll find out what's up with him, her. Meet me
When
at
you
the
say
town.
him, it's like recoils physically. He like shrinks into himself.
He goes and jumps back into his hat.
Well, meet me in the town master's hall in an hour.
Okay.
Thanar's gonna go putz around for an hour.
Okay. Something you should consider, Thanar, is that if you were to possess Fitz's hat, you could pull a gnome out of it as a standard action. Okay, so while this has been going on, where has Cyran been?
Well, I was not told where to go, so
you step out onto the road. What direction would Cyran go?
Probably in the more open direction, so west.
Okay.
Like towards the town green area.
Okay, well,
like that direction.
We'll put you in the town green for now. You pass by the Shrine of Luck. You see a quite beautiful young looking elven woman sort of sweeping out front, tending to the shrine.
I would have also broken the invisibility the second I left the inn.
Oh, sure. And she waves as she sees you, and then you walk on or whatever, and you sort of find yourself in the openness of the town green.
Would I recognize that it's a Shrine of Luck?
You would probably recognize the symbols of Tymora.
Okay, I think I would actually go there.
Oh, really?
Talk to her. Yeah.
Okay. So, you drop in at the Shrine of Luck. Do you go directly in, or do you sort of hem and haw outside?
Is she inside?
Yeah, she's in the shrine, sort of taking care of some of the symbology and the idols there. Maybe cleaning up some offerings from a previous service or something.
I would stand outside the building for like 90 seconds, just contemplating whether or not to like go in or not. Like, and like I don't know if she would notice me and come out to me. That's what I'm hoping would happen.
Oh, she takes notice really quickly that someone is sort of darkening her doorstep without actually coming in, and she will continue sweeping, but just she starts. How would she do it? She would continue sweeping and then just sort of, without really looking up at you, just say, "It's a beautiful morning, isn't it?"
5 seconds go by. 10 seconds. Oh, you're talking to me. Yeah, sure.
My name
And
is.
I like slowly walk in.
Yeah, she will say, "It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Sister Garael. I am the priest here at Tymora's Shrine of Luck in Phandalin. How may I help you today?"
My name's Cyran to start off.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Cyran. And she puts the broom aside and sort of brushes down the front of her robes. She's wearing something very similar to what you have seen Abriv Hadam wear when he's at the hold in his official business. Only whereas his outfit is sort of browns and grays and silvers, hers are whites, blues, silvers, things of that nature. And she finishes brushing everything down, straightening her tabard and her stole, and then folds her hands in front of her, sort of at about waist level.
So I've never really done this before, but I noticed the chimera marks, and honestly,
pause. Tymora.
Tymora, sorry. And I've been quite unlucky, I guess, in the past 24 hours,
Shut the fuck up.
to say the least. Don't
She
know if it has luck to do with anything though. It's just me.
she will smile. She
That's so sad.
she will smile at you and sort of stand off to the side and usher you forward a bit and sit and try to get you to sit in one of the benches near the front of the shrine. And she will say,
I'll sit down.
"Okay." She will say,
That wasn't.
"The Holy Timora is always here to help those who need a touch of luck in their lives. There are many things that can make us feel horribly unlucky. Sometimes they are through our own fault, and sometimes not at all our own fault. Circumstances are always strange when dealing with others. Tell me, what has happened?"
Well, I'm new to town, and I'm actually joining I don't know if you've met them, but Fitzgerald and Thanar. I'm joining their like party.
She visibly
And-
lights up at this and smiles. "Oh yes, they have been
Oh.
they have been such wonderful helps to the town. I have heard that they are planning on leaving for Waterdeep here in the very soon. What happened to them? Is everything okay?"
So when she says that they've only done good things, I grow like even sadder, knowing that I fucked it up more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's such like like good known people around. So I'll be like, so I thought it would be a good idea to introduce myself as someone else, and I was just gonna be a quick little joke, like just to be like, hey, I'm cool, and I didn't know when to stop the joke, and then it became more of a real thing, and it just went wrong.
As someone else? How do you mean?
I can disguise myself using magic to appear as though I'm someone else.
I see.
You may have seen a human girl walking around in very like pretty garments. That was me.
There is a pause. That continues for a little while. She says, "I see. Yes. Well, you have been unlucky. Okay. So, what? How did you? Why? When did you get to town? Yesterday, right?
Last evening.
Yes. Why were you introducing yourself to Thanar and Fitzgerald again?
What do you mean?
Well, I did. If you got here yesterday, I can't imagine you knew about them previously. So, why did you single them out to introduce yourself?
Wait, didn't I tell her that it's because I'm in the same party?
You haven't
Wait, I'm
yet.
confused. Wait, I thought I said that I'd be joining their group earlier.
I honestly don't remember if you did or not.
Oh yeah, then I would have mentioned that I'm joining.
Oh, okay. Then the reaction does change. She's putting two and two together and says, well, I am certain that if you explain the situation, they will be receptive and understand that it was a joke. Pardon me, but what did you expect the punchline to be?
I don't know.
You know, when you think something would be a good idea, but you don't really think it through.
Mm-hmm. And she'll
It's that times 10.
She puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "It will be all right." Did you tell her your name? I don't remember if you did.
I did.
Okay. She said, "It will be all right, Cyran. I have been speaking with these fine gentlemen since they arrived in town. I am more than certain that they can find it in their hearts to understand and forgive this strange joke. I'm still confused. What did you think the outcome would? You know what? That's not important. What is important
I don't
is
know.
that you.
I thought they would like that. I don't know. I don't. People don't like me. Like, I'm not an interesting person, so I thought, hey, what if I am an interesting person?
She holds up a hand and says, "Cyran, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have been in Phandalin for many years now. You are one of the most interesting people that I have met.
What? Thank you. That means a lot.
I truly mean that. I believe
Oh my god.
I believe that the people that you have done this to will be able to find it in their hearts to forgive and forget, as long as you speak to them honestly and explain yourself fully.
Okay.
It's all about communication, Cyran. Just try to communicate, stay calm and clear, and all will be well.
Okay. Thank you.
And with a little luck, and she winks, everything will be okay."
Okay. I feel a little better now.
Okay. And she'll pat you on the shoulder. Now, is there anything else that I can do for you?
Honestly, Fitz looks like he's probably gonna need some luck too, because mine was bad. He took it a lot harder. So he may be stopping by later. Make sure he's like treated well. He deserves it.
She you know how when a dog gets confused, they turn their head to the side?
Yeah.
Like, she does that. And then she puts her head back up right and sort of squints into the middle distance. She's sort of doing some head math and is like, "Very well then. Certainly, if young Fitzgerald would like to stop by, I'm certain that I could be of some assistance. Please. But yes, if there's anything else that I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask."
Okay. Thank you so much, sister. And I'll walk out.
"The luck of Timora be with you." And she goes back to straightening things up.
So while that's happening, Fitz is gonna mope around, and then he's for like a little bit, and then he's gonna go to the town hall.
Okay.
With the and he's trying to find Sildar.
Okay. So Fitz goes to the hall. Thanar, where are you? Did you go also to the hall, or?
I'm putzing around until like the minute I know I need to be there.
Okay, so you're in your room, doing whatever.
I'm just walking around town. Yeah.
Okay.
I went up to the manor.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you're in the manor. All right, Fitz, you go in and you go to excuse me. You go to the sheriff's office, and in the sheriff's office, you are greeted by an interesting sight. There is that very large man from previously. the large man in bright shiny armor with the bright red plume down his back.
The one who chewed me out.
Yes, the one by the name of Sylvain Bechard, and he is there, and they are about to escort. What's his name? My brain died. Hold on. They are about to escort Iarno Albrecht out, and it is Sylvain and his 2 guards. And Sildar is standing by, and there are pole arms drawn, and Iarno's arms are tied behind his back, and he's being led out. He's snarling at everything, and you hear Sylvain say,
Yes, now we shall get this lowlife back to our headquarters and find out exactly what it is that he knows. Thank you so much, Sildar, for your help. We did not expect quite so much trouble when we sent you out here, but as long as it got cleaned up and what all.
Sildar will be waving him off. Say,
It's no trouble. Again, it was the Rangers who did most of the work. It wasn't me.
No, nothing nonsense, Sildar. It's perfectly fine, you know. Certain individuals do certain works and what all, but it is folks like us from the Lord's Alliance who are always there to clean up after the mess, you know.
and he's like, yes, and you get the feeling that Sildar has heard this all before, sort of pumping up the Lord's Alliance while sort of running down anyone who may have been helpful. And Sylvain's helmet is, he's got one gauntleted, he's decked out in huge plate armor. And he's got Iarno, a rope leading from a huge gauntleted fist to Iarno's ties. And he's got his gleaming helmet under the other arm with the red plume down, dragging the floor. And he's like,
Yes, well, off we go then on to other adventures and to certain justice. And he at this, he pushes Iarno forward. On with you, you swine! And they start walking towards the door as you come in.
Fitz just, he like nods at Iarno. He's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, he scowls at you, and in return receives another shove from Sylvain.
None of that. We can't have you threatening the townsfolk. On with you.
Fitz will walk inside once they've exited the building.
And so you can sort of see through the window that Iarno is tossed into the back of a pull cart, kind of like yours, the ones that you guys have been using here.
Yeah.
Pulled by one horse, and then Sylvain mounts his own horse, which is decked out in beautiful, pure white. What's it called? Just a sort of tabard, whatever a horse tabard is called. And he leads the wagon, and then the other 2 guards take up positions on either side.
Fitz will walk into the sheriff's office, and he'll say, is everything about that man that extreme? As he closes the door.
Sildar has gone back to his desk and sits down and pours himself a drink. And he slams it back, just shoots this thing. And then he slams the he slams the glass back down, and he puts one head in his hand. He says,
As long as I have known that man, he has been over the top, to say the least. And it doesn't seem like age has slowed that down at all.
He's a bit archetypal.
I suppose. I don't know. It's your boss, right?
Oh, at least he took Yarno off your hands.
Well, that is some relief. At least I don't have to be reminded of how far a friend has fallen.
And
It's just kind of
he'll pick up his snifter. Is that what that's called? It's like
what?
the bottle that you put brandy in. No, the snifter's the glass. Doesn't matter. He's got a bottle of something on his desk, and he'll lift it up and offer you a drink.
Fitz will nod his head.
And he'll pour you one and slide it across the desk to you.
Fitz will kind of just he'll be like gently drinking it, and he'll be kind of looking around the desk, or looking around the office, not making eye contact with Sildar, and then he'll blurt, Sildar, have you ever had your heart broken?
You catch Sildar in the middle of a drink, and he almost spits it out, and then he looks at the bottle, and he swallows and coughs.
What? I mean, yes, you don't get to my age without encountering that at least once, I suppose. Are you okay?
Yeah.
He looks at you and pointedly he points at you with the glass and says,
I don't believe you, but fine.
I guess you don't have really any reason to.
Not with the way you're acting, no. If there's anything I can do to put your mind at ease, let me know.
But Fitz will he'll kind of beat around the bush, and he'll say, well, theoretically, what if you fell in love with someone and then they weren't who they said they were?
That is a tough question. I appreciate that you're willing to come to me with these questions, I think. I'm not entirely sure that I'm fully qualified, Fitz, to be honest with you.
There's a dumb question anyways, it's fine.
he's pouring another drink. And then he finishes pouring it, sets it down, and then he corks it and sets it to the side. He's like, I need to be more sober for this than I am presently. He's like,
If someone liked you as much as you like them, I can't imagine that they would be false with you.
I don't.
If someone is false with you in a relationship, I would imagine that you should probably cut them out of your life as much as you can.
I don't know if it's that simple this time.
Well, it's a hard question. All I can really do is give you the advice that experience has brought me. And it's there's some pretty awful people out there, and some of them will pretend to be something they're not. And, they'll put on a false face in front of you, all smiles, and behind your back they're trying to do other things and that aren't for your best interests, and you got to carve those people out of your life.
What if she? What he's gonna say? What if she was genuine? But actually, never mind. Don't answer that.
and he stands and walks around to your side of the desk and just sort of leans there. And he's got his arms crossed, but one of his hands has the glass in it. And he'll take a sip and pat you on the shoulder, go back to that leaned position and say,
It's a rough life, you know. Especially being an adventurer on the road. You're going to meet a lot of people out there, Fitzgerald. A lot of people. He's looking into the middle distance. A lot of people that'll say they love you and break your heart when you find out that they're just in it for your money. Adventurers make a lot of money, Fitz. And there's a lot of people that want it.
I'm still waiting for that one to come true.
You're young. Well, for a no... You know what? Never mind.
Fitz will laugh.
It's a crazy world we live in, man. It's a crazy world.
and then he finishes his drink.
Sure is, and Fitz will slam the rest of his.
Cyran, first off, Face, where are you on that break? You good?
I like that we've had a session
I was
just
If you give me like 2 minutes, I'll be right back.
Me?
I like that we've had a session guilt tripping Flame, yeah. Sildad comes through.
Still dad.
Sildad came through.